In today's video, we are going to make this Christmas sweater decorated with a gingerbread man. I first made one using wavy ribbon and beads, but in this video I'll show you another option and we'll use felt to make the trim and French knots to make the eyes and the buttons. I want to show you quickly the rest of the ornaments, since this is our last one in this series. First we made a Christmas tree sweater and we used beads to decorate it. My favorite one, the red-nosed reindeer, a cute little snowman wearing hat and a scarf. My second favorite is Santa stuck in a chimney. In the last video we made a sweater decorated with a wreath. And here is our gingerbread man to complete the series. Let me know in the comments below which one is your favorite. For this project we will need felt. I'm using red for the sweater, black for his mouth, and the light brown for the gingerbread man. Sharp pair of scissors, needle, thread. We'll need beads or black thread to make the eyes and the buttons of the gingerbread man. Another optional item is this wavy ribbon, or you could use white felt to make the trim. Paperclips to make a hanger for decoration, double-sided tape, and lastly, we'll need the pattern which is linked in the description box below and you can download it for free. We'll use it to cut out our pieces. We are going to start by roughly cutting out the pattern pieces from the paper. I will only use the sweater and the gingerbread man. I will cut out his mouth and his bow tie straight from the felt without using the pattern. Grab the light brown felt and using double-sided tape, secure the piece of paper to the felt. It's easier to cut out the pieces this way, since the tape will hold the paper in place and it won't shift. If you are using a sharp pair of scissors, cutting out the pieces is very easy. If you are struggling, you will need to get a better pair of scissors. You could use the pattern to cut out the mouth, but it's easier to just eyeball it. You don't have to use felt for the mouth. If you prefer, you could just sew on a smile using a backstitch. We'll do the same thing for the bow tie and just cut it out eyeballing the size. Now that we have all the pieces ready, front of the sweater, back of the sweater, gingerbread man, his bow tie and his mouth, we will start by sewing on the gingerbread man to the front of the sweater. I'm using a light brown thread so the stitching is not visible. To connect the gingerbread man to the sweater, I'm using a whip stitch. I like to secure the thread in the back using a double knot. Next, we'll sew on a bow tie. If you prefer, you could just use felt glue and glue the smaller pieces on. For his mouth, I'm just going around and making tiny stitches to secure it to his body. But if you find it easier, you could just sew on a smile using a backstitch. I'm going to sew on the eyes. On this sweater, I use these tiny beads for the eyes and the buttons. But I want to show you another option. There is no need to order additional supplies. We'll use French knots to make the eyes. Making a French knot is easy. Bring the needle up and twist the thread around it 2 or 3 times. Hold the twisted thread and push the needle back through the felt in the same point. And I'll do the same and make the buttons with French knots. For this sweater, I used the wavy decorative ribbon. If you have some, you can use it and just sew it on, or you could just use felt and save some money on additional supplies. I'll show you how I did it. Grab your pattern we used to cut out the sweater, and we'll use it to cut out a strip of felt that will replace the ribbon. We want it to go around and follow the neckline. Secure the paper to the felt using double-sided tape and roughly cut out a piece following the neckline. Now that you have a rough cut, just trim it so it would fit on the sweater. I'm cutting a small strip that's less than 1/4 inch wide. I will use a strip of felt for the sleeves as well. Just like this. You could use white thread if you don't want the lines to be visible, but I thought using a red one will make my sweater look more decorative. I'm sewing it on using a back stitch. Simply bring your needle up and take it a stitch backwards. Bring the needle up again a stitch length ahead of the first stitch. Put the needle back to the same point as the previous stitch. Keep the stitches as even as possible. I will do the same thing and decorate the sleeves with a thin strip of felt. We are now ready to sew the back and front together. I'll use a blanket stitch to connect them. needle through both layers of the felt and catch the loop of the thread before pulling. Make another stitch a short distance away, catching the loop again. To make your sweater look nice and neat, keep the stitches as even as possible. When I reach the white trim, I'm making sure to align the already existing stitches on the trim with my blanket stitch. It will just give it a more professional look. Well, this Christmas sweater series was fun. They are so easy to make, and I cannot wait to hang them on my Christmas tree. Which one is your favorite? Do you like the one with the ribbon, or do you prefer the one we just did using felt? Make sure to let me know in the comments below. And as always, we will decorate it with a miniature hanger. You can find the video on how to make these hangers in the description box below. Until next time, happy crafts!